Hello, everyone. Here we are on a lovely June day. I'm here with Terrence, the teacher, my favorite, do I dare say, or recommended wellness, well-being specialist.
Yeah? Well-being expert.
Um, Terrence, the teacher. Tell us why you chose that name.
Terrence, the teacher. So first, let's start with a practical answer. I was adopted as a kid quite a few times, different foster homes, so never really had my own surname. So when I created the business at one point, we called it Terrence the Teacher Limited, and that's when I launched apps that did very well. But at some point, I just realized I'm not the surnames that I was carrying on my passport. And then one of the clients I worked with, actually a young kid, said, "But you're the teacher. Why don't you just become the teacher?" So I went and I found out, and they said you could change your name. So legally, I changed it to Mr. the Teacher. So on my passport, I'm Terrence the Teacher.
That's cool,
Yeah.
Isn't it? I think of that. Maybe if I need to change my name.
Yeah, there we go. You can choose anything as long as obviously someone else isn't using it. And then the other thing with teachers, and it's something that's very important to me, is that we're in a world where people quickly want to put you into other boxes, and one of them might be a guru. They want to define you, and if you want to define me, I'm a teacher. I'm the person that teaches. I give you the tools. You're the one that goes and achieve, and I want it to be very clear. And as a teacher, I feel that sort of defines what I stand for.
And you're a teacher in well-being, which encompasses a lot of different disciplines. So tell us a bit more about the disciplines you like to use.
I started off as a personal trainer. So obviously I worked with the physical body, got into Pilates, as you know, and worked with the core, the breathing. And then I got into the mind of clinical hypnosis, which is with the core of the brain, so the subconscious mind. And then I got into neurolinguistics, which is about language patterns. So it sort of was a beautiful evolution, almost like a full circle. And then, 8 years ago, I had this personal experience of having 2 cardiac arrests. My heart stopped for 20 minutes on one night, and I had to come and look after myself and suddenly realized there was something missing in my life. And I found mindfulness and meditation, even though I'd done all the other stuff. So I brought it into my practice. So when someone comes to see me, I have a very holistic approach, but I look at everything. And that's why I think the word well-being just puts it all beautiful under an umbrella.
And I have to say, I reconnected with Terrence a few months ago, where I went to one of his talk. And what really struck me, because we all know about mindfulness and meditation, which is good for you, etc. I've never been a great champion of meditation because I don't have the patience or the discipline. But what really caught my ear, if I may say so, at your talk was that you don't need to do meditation for 1 hour a day to achieve something. You very clearly said that, just a few minutes here and there when you feel that you're a bit anxious or that, you need to refocus your brain, or you are in between 2 very important meetings and need to recalibrate. So you gave us a few tips. Would you mind actually quickly tell us about those tips? You mentioned them.
As an ex-personal trainer, what I realized with a client is if I came into your space the first time and I said to you, we're going to do 1 hour of cardio, there was no ways, first of all, that you'd be able to do it physically. And you most probably would never come back to me because you would be too tired, it would be exhausting, and it's just actually quite damaging. So when I went into mindfulness, I realized that what is the most important thing is the habit, is the fact that someone connects to meditation. It's the fact that they do it. It's not about how long they do it. So I sort of turned it on its head and I went, well, let me get you to meditate just for 45 seconds or do a breathing exercise. Because if you do that every day, it becomes a habit. And then as you feel more confident and becomes part of who you are, then it's easy to go, oh, I'll do 2 minutes. oh, I'll do 3 minutes. And then you can expand it. I mean, now some days I can do 2-3 hours. I mean, it doesn't matter. But if I sometimes only have 45 seconds, I use my 45 seconds. The science tells us that if you connect to a practice, or if you connect to a smell, if you connect to a sound like a favorite song, your subconscious brings up all those feelings of the song, the memories.
The memories, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is wonderful, actually.
Well, precisely. So if you can connect to your breath in, breath out, as, oh, this calms me down, this resets me in between a meeting, like you said, or whatever, you're going to get the same response eventually. You won't even have to take 2 breaths and the body will already go, this is what calms her down. And within seconds, Ariana Huffington actually also says, she does something as well, like within 1 minute, you can reset yourself, blood pressure drops, heart rate goes down, etc. And that in the end is the most beneficial part. Meditation as a practice brings a lot more to you, but that's a personal journey. And that you can explore at your own time. But this is more how you can help yourself practically in our day-to-day busy lives.
And so talking about a real commitment to this, tell us a bit more about your program that you call the Brain Edit.
Okay, so the Brain Edit obviously is something if a person wants to really start their journey and they know they need to change. Now, as I said to you in the beginning, I do clinical hypnotherapy, I do neurolinguistics, then I also now bring mindfulness into the practice and meditation. So what I try and do is bring all of those into the person's life and use them to help the person to adjust, to shift, to change. And as they then evolve, we might do more hypnosis, or we'll do more meditation, or we might more look at their language patterns, because your language patterns can even hold you back. And so with the Brain Edit, for me, it's very incremental. There's no big shift or jump. There's no quick fix. You know, if you look at someone on an MRI scan and you say certain things to them and they respond, you can see their brain fires in a certain way. If you do the same scan within a month after they started meditating, the brain fires differently, because the brain structures actually physiologically change. And then if you do it 6 months, it fires totally different. If you take a lot of these monks and you put them on an MRI scan, their brain fires totally different than ours. So with the Brain Edit, it's almost just saying very progressively, not only am I helping you emotionally and mentally, I'm changing your brain physiologically.
Training the brain. That's what I like about your method. It is all very scientifically based, and you know, take it or leave it. I need the science to sort of make me believe in something.
I've always said I've taken away the oogly googly.
Yeah.
Meaning that you don't have to burn a candle, you don't have to sit on a flying carpet, all these extra things. Yes, if it helps you, but you don't. You know, you're a businessman in the middle of a meeting and you run between 2 meetings, or you go for a toilet break, breathe in, breathe out. You know, whatever the exercises that you've taught yourself that calms you down. Go up and down a staircase, in a cab on the way to a meeting. At a function, suddenly you feel a bit faint or you feel a bit anxious. Go to the ladies' room, put on your lip stiffy, and do a mindful exercise. Bring it into your day-to-day life, and it can change your life.
Well, here we go. I hope this gave you a little insight, sorry. Yeah. My English still not perfect.
We will have hindsight afterwards.
Yeah. So we hope it give you insight and hindsight, actually, to what Terrence is doing. As you know, I built this brand called Almost Essential, where I have selected all these amazing people who give us these amazing services, and Terrence is definitely one of the core member, and definitely someone I would like you guys to try. If they didn't want to go through the whole Brain Edit program, you sort of can give them like a 1-hour session where you sort of can give them your wiseness, or that's...
People can book for a one-off session if they wanted to just talk to me and, you know, get a few ideas and stuff. Yes, it's possible. But if you committed to a journey, then there's no quick fix.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
And with the Brain Edit, I think there's the intensive, which is 10 sessions, and then there's the shorter one that's 5 sessions. But then you can also, for instance, just book 3 mindfulness sessions, or 3 hypnosis sessions. So it can be shortened. It depends on what you want to look at. Like, for instance, if someone does stop smoking, it's 1 session with hypnosis. So there is a possibility for 1 session, but it's depending on the client.
Yeah. So I guess the answer to my question was best that they have, like an intro conversation with you, so 100%. That you understand what they want to achieve, and then you would recommend what is the best.
I think a lot of high-end brands talk about bespoke. And if anything is bespoke, this is bespoke.
Well, Almost Essential is all about bespoke.
Well, there we go.
One more reason why you're there. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. And please don't hesitate to contact Terrence, the teacher. Bye.